Viewers of 60 Minutes were shocked after reporter Leslie Stahl bizarrely appeared to make excuses for Hamas during an interview with a freed Israeli hostage.
The terrorists became very mean and very cruel and violent.
More so?
Much more so. They were beating me and starving me.
Do you think they starved you or they just didn't have food?
No, I think they starved me, and they would often eat in front of me and not offer me food.
Fox News hosts blasted Stahl for the tone-deaf question.
These individuals show up gaunt. They have been tortured in horrific fashion. Was it just that Hamas didn't have food? Leslie Stahl, what's in your drinking water?
I don't know, but didn't she notice that the hostage takers weren't emaciated?
Yeah.
I mean, what in the actual is going on with that woman? And as he's trying to very calmly educate her on the point that they ate in front of him as he was starving to death. I mean, can you imagine the pain, the physical pain of watching that and knowing your gut is killing you, you haven't eaten in weeks? I'm flabbergasted by it. And all I can think of is maybe she literally didn't study.
I don't think she did.
And on top of the shocking question posed to the Jewish hostage, the 60 Minutes reporter attacked Israel, calling them out for supposedly breaking the ceasefire with Hamas, whilst ignoring Hamas's repeated violations of the agreed-upon ceasefire first.
Statistics tell the grim story of the October 7th, 2023 Hamas terrorist attack on Israel. 1,200 civilians and soldiers slaughtered that day. 251 taken hostage, men, women, and children. Since then, an estimated 50,000 Gazans have been killed. 12 days ago, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu resumed the bombing of Gaza, breaking a fragile ceasefire that was exceedingly popular with Israelis.
Online commentators blasted the bizarre agenda of the interview, with this person saying, "Leslie Stahl is the biggest media hack moron on TV. CBS should be ashamed." She asked a Jewish hostage who had been starved and beaten by Hamas, "Do you think they didn't have food?" Hamas is pure evil and Leslie Stahl is an idiot. This person agreed, saying, "I can't believe my eyes. Leslie Stahl has the audacity to ask a Jewish hostage who was tortured and starved by Hamas if Hamas really meant to starve him or if they just didn't have enough food. Is this a joke? How the hell can she even ask him that?" And to add insult to injury for Stahl, this freed hostage has nothing but praise for Donald Trump, much to the reporter's dismay.
If you could say something to President Trump, what would you say?
Please stop this war and help bring all the hostages back.
And you think he can help?
I know he can help. I'm here because of Trump. I'm here only because of him.
This commentator agreed, saying, "Leslie Stahl's worst nightmare is to hear others praise Trump. But this, unfortunately, isn't Leslie Stahl's first rodeo. She was humiliated by Trump after she tried to defend Hunter Biden during an interview."
And he's in the midst of a scandal.
He's not.
And he's taking...
He's
of course
not.
he is,
No.
Leslie.
Come on.
Of course he is. It's the biggest, second biggest scandal.
So-
the biggest scandal was when they spied on my campaign. They spied on my campaign,
There's no
Leslie.
real evidence of that.
Of course there is. It's all over the place.
Hilariously, Stahl's comments have reached her colleagues in the media, like Scott Jennings on CNN, who has had enough of her inconsiderate line of questioning.
Leslie asked hostage Keith Siegel this weekend, when he said he'd been starved in captivity, he said, well, maybe they just didn't have enough food to give you. And he had to set her straight. She's been there since 1991. Well, I'm sorry, Leslie, it's time for an upgrade. That was a terrible question.
They were beating me and starving me.
60 Minutes is no stranger to controversy, with the program heavily criticised by President Donald Trump for months. He demanded the show be taken off the air, saying 60 Minutes is a major part of the news organisation of CBS, which has just created the greatest fraud in broadcast history. CBS should lose its licence and it should be bid out to the highest bidder, as should all other broadcast licenses, because they are all just as corrupt as CBS, and maybe even worse.